Making money during a recession is a simple strategy and one of the smartest ways to come out on top when there's an economic recovery. Recessions are very draining times that we wish should come to an end very fast. But in fact, these recession periods create rare investment opportunities that will not come around often. Recessions are part of the economic cycle. In a recession, there's a fall in the total amount of economic growth, but some sectors still experience growth. Recessions are ideal times to maximize personal wealth, which can be accomplished by adequately preparing for how to identify a recession and the necessary steps to take when one occurs. Although making adequate preparation for these events is necessary, it can also be a losing battle when an individual tries to time the recessions. This is because there's no perfect time. The Great Recession of 2009 impacted the lives of many people, and in recent times we seem to be heading yet into another economic downturn. There are two important lessons to learn about a recession. First, a recession is followed by a strong recovery, and second, it will be completely fruitless for an investor to sit back and idle as his portfolio is hit by massive selling. The gross domestic product of the United States has seen two consecutive decreases in the first quarters of 2022, a sharp rise in inflation and interest rates, and the subsequent downturn in the stock market, signifying the presence of a recession. As you grow up in life, you're likely to experience 3 to 5 economic downturns, and they're your biggest opportunities to create wealth for yourself. In today's video by Finance Aligned, we'll look at 8 things to do to get rich during a recession. You'll be surprised by the number of opportunities waiting to be explored during this period, so make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. Number 1. Set up a passive income stream. Passive income means any form of low management recurring revenue. This means a lot of effort is not required to get it running. It's important to set up more avenues of revenue. These make you less vulnerable when the market is performing badly. Generating income through passive investing can help you cover living expenses. Doing this will reduce some of the levels of dependency you have on your day job and enhance your financial independence. Also, having a passive income stream will give you the opportunity to pursue your dream regardless of the pay structure. Although generating passive income is great, it also is necessary to consider the work that must be put in first to get it started. Passive income can be generated by following ideas like becoming a peer-to-peer lender, opening a high-yield savings account, joining an affiliate program, and so on. Number 2. Start a business. As the economic fallout leads to forced business closures, new startups continue to emerge that can help bring out the much-needed economic recovery. A company like Microsoft and Disney and Uber started during a recession. Research has shown that starting a small business in times when the economy is doing badly is a good idea, with these startups being the best positioned to take advantage of gaps in the markets as compared to existing businesses. New businesses shift consumer trends, putting their products in a good position when there's an economic recovery. As consumers keep searching for good products and services, as they cut back on their expenses, small businesses are well positioned to render low-cost products and services, thereby winning over customers from established companies. When there's an economic downturn, many people become risk-averse. These, however, create an opportunity for startups because there will be less competition. This, in turn, makes it easier for them to get quick growth in market share. A recession is always accompanied by new problems. These problems stem from the current pain people are feeling due to the economy, and these issues have no solution in most cases. Positioning your business to provide better and more immediate solutions can flip the switch in your favor big time. Number 3. Get hold of precious metals. When the economy's bad, gold is seen as a safeguard, and its value is always seen to appreciate during a recession. The demand for gold is high around the world, and a recession in a particular country would hardly affect its valuation. Gold is very liquid in nature, making it easy to convert to any currency. Gold provides a means for an investor to diversify his portfolio from all risks. This is because the price of gold tends to move differently than the stock market. The 2020 COVID-19 lockdown saw the stock market crash by 34%, but this economic downturn saw smart investors use precious metals to weather the effects of the crisis. Precious metals like gold have been a safe haven investment and a huge hedge against inflation for a long time. The 1991 recession, the 2001 stock market crash, And the 2008-2009 Great Recession saw the price of gold consistently advance over time, although this is never a guarantee, but it's a huge likelihood. Number 4. Invest in real estate. The value of real estate over the last 70 years, even during a recession, has continued to go up. Housing always has a demand, whatever the situation may be like. There have also been instances where the value of housing has increased significantly during a recession. People need a roof over their heads, and therefore housing's not subject to economic conditions, making it a good investment. According to Bloomberg, stocks are inherently unstable in nature and can easily be affected by economic crises. Although we don't know what the future has to bring with it in regard to the real estate market as a whole, the past can give us a glimpse of how these events have played out in the past. The first 2 quarters of 2001 saw the housing market grow by just over 6%. However, over 5 years from the start of 2001, we saw an increase of about 48.5%. Most of these gains were lost due to the 2008 global crisis, which saw the collapse of multinational banks and financial institutions. Real estate investors who purchased houses during the start of the pandemic must have been brave at the time, with housing seeing an increase of 28% since then. So, in essence, the value of the real estate market has continued to rise over the years, and even the worst market crisis in the last 20 years has still ended in green for investors over this long period of time. Number 5. Invest in stocks. Individuals planning to invest in the stock market should save up emergency funds, plan their investments for the long term rather than the short term, and avoid constant monitoring of their portfolios during this period. Investors who put their money in the stock market during the recession have reaped the benefits of long-term investment. If you had invested $10,000 in S&P 500 index in the worst period of the 1990 to 1991 recession, your investment would have been worth $150,000 in value. That is if dividends were also reinvested. Recessions also create an opportunity for investors to buy stocks at a highly discounted price and sell them when the economy picks up. During a recession, investors are most likely to make emotional decisions. When a seller liquidates, the price of the stock falls, allowing buyers to get in. An economic downturn is a great time for investors to add to their holdings for the long term. In a situation where an individual usually purchases 20 shares for $200, a 40% decrease means you'll be able to purchase 25 shares of the same stock for $200. Knowing that a recession is followed by a recovery, investors can take advantage of declining markets through the dollar cost averaging style of investing. This style of investing is long-term in nature. With this approach, investors pre-allocate a fixed amount of money in the same fund or stock at regular intervals. This approach helps you purchase more shares when they're cheap, and it also removes the need for an individual to try to time the market. Number 6. Lower your cost. During a recession, it's important to change your mindset to survival mode. So that means you have to keep in mind the need to spend less and earn more. Now is the time to lower the cost of running a business or household. Make yourself a lean, mean cash flow machine. Reduce non-essential personnel and redundant staff. Find providers of low-cost goods and services. McHugh of Creditfold says, "To truly build wealth, you must focus on where you can save money and cut costs." The recession creates an avenue to save a lot of funds, and by doing so, you can build a reasonable amount of wealth. When businesses offer discounts and reductions, take advantage of these types of deals to save money. There are so many ways to cut expenses. Whether a recession is on the way or will bounce back sooner rather than later, one is by making a budget and sticking to it. The use of reusable items that you can use as an alternative to the use once and toss in the trash ones. Lowering your housing costs by, say, moving to a smaller home or a less expensive area might be right for you instead. It's also important to take monthly expenses into consideration. There is a need to go through your monthly expenses and separate your needs from your wants. Utilities like rent and auto insurance, and wants like subscription fees and gym memberships. Doing these will help you realize how much cash you need, and then you can start cutting down on unnecessary expenses and saving money. We know how challenging a recession can be with regard to the growth of wealth and returns. And also, since nobody knows how long a recession will last or what effect it might have on the prices of the stock market and commodities, the key is to remain forward-looking fully invested, and not caught by short-term market movements. Having patience and working according to the current situation is very necessary when you're weathering a storm. This period sees people giving up on their stocks and valuable properties due to the slow-growing economy. This time, however, should see you do the opposite. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Kindly let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more educational content like this. See you next time. Thanks for watching.